Okay, good morning to every discerning listener on the program of Sporty this morning. Please, to be honest with you, I was shocked. In fact, yesterday I was very busy, although in the house doing a lot of things. You know, I teach as well, so preparing some few things that I'm going to try my hands on with my students this morning. And then all of a sudden I said, oh, I've not picked up my phone. Let me go through what is happening on social media. Then I saw thank you with a very good design with Prosper Ogum in pictures all over the place. And I said, what is the meaning of this thank you? Is it something that has been disguised? Or then I read Kotoko Pathways with Prosper Ogum. I said, wow, I didn't see this coming. Nathan, to be very sincere, you know my son. I will always support my colleague until it is that clear that he's not the man for the job. Then I will quickly move away and say, look, let's try somebody else.
Yeah, that's true.
If you look at the work of Prof, I don't think Kotoko has taken the best of decision, to be very sincere with you. This team feels just like their counterpart here in Accra. They believe that the Ghana Premier League is their bona fide property. Prosper has been there from last season. But if my memory serves me right, I was told at the time of appointing him, I stand to be corrected, that it is a 3-year project, and then they expect that at the end of year 3, there should be some visible tangibles on the table. What are those visible tangibles? The league trophy, the FA Cup, and go into Africa and put up a decent outing. As we speak, the man is not completely ruled out of the possibility of not winning any tangible. He's still in the FA Cup, isn't he?
Yes.
He's in the semi-finals of the FA Cup.
Yes.
He was topping the league. The form of the team has been a bit unsure, undulating in recent times. They've relinquished their league their topmost spot on the league, but he's still in the frame. There are 6 games to be played, 18 points at stake. Why would you sack such a manager with just 6 games to go? For me, look, I just don't think it makes sense. I don't remember I just can't think about a situation where any big team in the world would take such a decision at this current moment. We are hearing that the people at Real Madrid are going to part ways with Carlo Ancelotti. Why haven't they done so at this stage? Even if you are going to part ways with them, let him see the season through. If I'm the one who are going to ask to replace the man, later, you know what I would have told them? Mm-hmm. Let him finish the work, and I will come and start from the scratch. I need to take the boys for pre-season, get them to understand my way of doing things, impact my ideology, my identity, my philosophy into them. Then we will take off. But you know, at times, even some of our coaches here, he's there, but he's hoping that he wants this man's job. He's there. Look, every true coach who is of itself will not take over a team like Kotoko with 5 games to go. As we speak, if Zito doesn't get them to win the league, you can pardon. But if he doesn't win the FA Cup with this team, he should be sacked. He should be sacked. Yeah, because by their own way of doing things, he should be sacked. Because you have a coach who is in the frame of winning the FA Cup. He's in the semi-finals. I think Kotoko will beat. I think they are playing Brecon Chelsea or so. I think they'll beat Brecon Chelsea. All things being equal, if they show up on the day they win the game, they are still in the frame for the league title. I understand things have been made a bit difficult, but you need to go back to the target you set for yourself. I said, I stand to be corrected. I was told, I read that the appointment of Prosper Ogum that Dr. James Akwesi-Appiah and co did at the time, they said it is a 3-year project. At the end of the 3rd year, there should be visible, tangible. And what are those? They are the league title, the FA Cup, and go to Africa and put up a decent one out. Is this Kotoko team the best team in the league? No, I don't think they are the best team in the league. But at the end of the day, you don't need to be the best team to win. If you are in and among the mix competing, you can do your thing smartly, and then you end up winning the league. So why have they panicked? I think this is a panic decision, and it's a bit sad. It's a bit sad for the coaching profession. Prof has built this team. Some few months ago, they allowed him to sack every player that he thinks is aging, doesn't have a future with the team, and then most of the experienced players left. You've allowed him to build this team. The Kotoko team is a very young team. Yes, there are one or two experienced guys, but the core of this team is extremely very, very young. Why would you sack him if he's working with young players and they've done this well? They can only get better after this season. Chris, this is the first season. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the club is saying that results haven't worked. I'm going to read you some quotes attributed to Mr. Safuduku, who is the club's communications director. He said, quote, "We were once leading the table, even tied with second place at a point, but the trend has been worrying. We started poorly, improved briefly, and now we are declining again." What do you expect?
No. It is a clear indication of the one who spoke or the one whose coach you've read out there, not even understanding the targets that they themselves have set. Look, you can set a target. If you are within your target, you don't panic. Are they out of the target? They are not. I think the target for Kotoko this season would have been the whatever they spelled out, that we either win the league or they win the FA Cup. One of the league title or one of the tangibles should be in the bag. And as we speak, they're in the frame for the two of them. See, when you speak like that, whoever you are bringing in will have to make sure there's a 360 turn. If it doesn't ensure that, you sack him as well. On it, and am I lying? From what you read, if whoever they brought in doesn't get them that 360 turn immediately and put them back in the frame, I've said earlier on that if the person coming doesn't win the league, you can pardon him. But if he doesn't win the FA Cup, you sack him. Per their own analogy, that is what it means.
Okay.
That's what it means. You remember when Hasselhoff sacked Samuel Boydu?
Yes,
I told them that you've gone 10, 11 years without winning the league title. Samuel Boydu takes over Hasselhoff in the first round after I think 7, 8 games. He won the league, he won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
The following season, he couldn't defend the league title, but he won you the FA Cup again.
Yes.
And there were some big men in the Hasselhoff board who could come out publicly and criticize, lambast how bad a coach Samuel Boydu is. And I was one of those very vocal people who said, look, if you understand football, how can you describe a coach who's won you the league and FA Cup after 10 years, defended the FA Cup? How can you describe him as bad? So I don't see what Ouattara is doing in the job. Hasselhoff practically should have sacked Ouattara before Kotoko thinking about sacking Professor Ogum. So you see, the two friends, the two brothers, the two Nakra and Nano, they don't know what they're about. My brother. Yeah.
Well, I think you've highlighted your own expectations of Zito. You say if he doesn't win the FA Cup, he should not have a job at Asante Kotoko.
I was listening to Ray. Ray has put up the statistics.
Yes, he's put up the numbers.
The Dreams FC team, he took Dreams FC to the semi-finals of the Confederation Cup, isn't it?
Yes,
he did that.
Yeah, he did, yes.
A season after that, they've been this bad, they've been this shambolic. I don't trust the Ghana GP. I don't trust our league. Anytime Dreams is going to play against Vision FC, did you expect anybody to beat that? No, but that would never happen. That will just not happen. So if that game is a true football game, Dreams will have gone 3 games on without a win. Statistically, Raymond just did absolute justice to the coach that Kotoko has gone in for. I'm not saying Zito is a bad coach. He's a very, very good coach. But things at Dreams are not the sort of things, if you are Kotoko, you look at and say, he could come in and do better. The Dreams FC is a more experienced team than the Kotoko team. Kotoko just built this team this season. Prosper came last season. He worked with everybody that was there, and he was still work with them, give them the chance to be part of your team. After the season, he said, I don't want 1, 2, 3. I think he sat close to 12, 13, 14 players, even more. And then he was allowed to recruit. And most of the boys are very, very young. So give them the chance to gel as a group, as a unit.
Chris, Asante Kotoko also make a point on the recruitment, and they say that Dr. Ogum got the chance to do his... Okay, let me read the quotes for you. Quote, we gave him full control over player recruitment, and management fulfilled its responsibilities. If the team's performance is faltering, the technical team bears that responsibility. End quote. That's Mr. Safuduku speaking there.
Yes, Nathan, they're giving him absolute control over recruitment. That is the way you do football. But if they also understand football, if you give the man absolute control over recruitment, it doesn't mean when the players are recruited, then they just come in there and begin to do wonders. This is not Real Madrid. They are not the best team in the league. It's a rebuilding process. If you decide to rebuild, you do recruitment. The coach is solely responsible for the recruitment. Why are they in the league now? What is Kotoko position in the league?
They are fourth.
They are fourth.
Yes.
With how many points?
They are fourth on 47 points. They are 6 points behind Gold
They are
Stars.
6 points behind Gold Stars.
Yes.
They are 2 games away from Gold Stars with 6 games to go. I understand it's a very, very difficult hurdle to surmount. But I still do maintain they are in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. And they are.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
So, you see, unless the management, the board, the people at Kotoko are saying that is the league and no other title. Where was your initial target of the 3-year project? Where was it? Did they comment on the 3-year project? That's what I'm saying, that look, if Zito comes in and he doesn't win them the FA Cup, I'm saying the league, if he doesn't win, you understand, because he's coming at the point where they are 6 points off the leaders. So I will understand him. There's a deficit there that he need to, first of all, claw back, then you can think about overtaking. So that's a more difficult. But if they are in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, if you look at where Brecum Chelsea is in the league, if per their own analogy, then Kotoko should be beating Brecum Chelsea. The other FA Cup is between, I think, Altran, Divisé, and another team. I've forgotten what the team name is. But at the end of the day, they stand a better chance of getting at least one of the valuable trophies in the country. Why would you sack the man? Even if you want to sack him, let him finish the season. Like I said, Nathan, let him finish the season.
Okay.
I wouldn't take over the Kotoko job with 6 games to go. No, I wouldn't do that. And I will not advise any coach to do that. If I'm the one you want to take over the job, let the man finish the season. I'll come in. Because right now, the football is going to be different. The tactics is going to be different. The immediate application of whatever Karim Zito thinks to be doing is going to be different. They're going to make life even more difficult for these players. The players are not at loggerheads with the manager.
Okay.
They are not at loggerheads with Paul. He has a fantastic relationship with his playing body. One day, if you get beat by Nations FC, Kotoko has never beaten Nations FC before since they came into the league. I stand to be corrected. So Nations FC is indeed a boogie side. I accept that their last result against a relegated threatening team was a bit shocking. But Nathan, you follow football for so many times. How many times have we not seen your Manchester United during the days of Eric Cantona and co? How many times didn't you see a relegated, struggling team beat Manchester United?
It happens. I mean, it happens.
It happens. So that should be seen. It is just that, just after that, the players and the coach were being required to do something that they themselves as a football club has never done before. They've never beaten Nations FC before. So if the people at Kotoko are indeed on top of the job, these are the things you want to read in between. Look, the least they could have done, I maintain, was to have allowed the man to finish the season. 6 games, 2 more games, possibly in the FA Cup, 8 games. This will allow him to finish it. Then if you want to part ways with him, part ways with him. Then you bring in your Karim Zito. Karim Zito has coached Kotoko before, isn't it?
Oh yes, he has.
How well did he do? He didn't do that well. How well did he do that? He's a very, very good coach. I hear he's the head coach of the national under 16 or under 17 team. How is he going to blend that? Because that job requires proper scouting throughout the whole of the country. How is he going to do that? Is he going to let go of that position and then follow his Kotoko ambition? Yes, he's a former player of the team, so he's gone back home. So if he's the one that's given the job, let's support him. I mean, what I've said is that I will support him to go and succeed. But if he doesn't win at least the FA Cup, per their own criteria, whatever they've set, he's supposed to go in there and ensure a manager bounce, a 360-10, get them to win the FA Cup minimum, and then see how well or how best he can position the team. You know, how do you call it? What under 20 be his excellency in your nephew Jew.
But Chris, how is that relevant to what we are discussing?
Let's finish, then I'll chip in that one.
Anyway, thank you so much for your thoughts on this.
Then wait.
What do you want to say?
Then wait, let me chip in that one. Everybody is a Ghanaian, and every Ghanaian deserves a fair shot at the national team. For me, having done coast football for over 27, 28 years, Nathan, listen to what I'm saying. I've been doing coast football for over 27, 28 years. You can ask the Asamajan spokesperson, Enimado, he's my boss. Those days when he and myself were playing football, we know what goes into getting people into our national teams. I hope and pray that the young man is a top-notch player.
Okay.
Top-notch player, because this is under 20, the Black Satellite, the team that guarantees the future of the Black Stars of Ghana. I just hope and pray. And I want to trust in the tactical and technical know-how of the Black Satellites technical team, Ofer and his people. I just hope they've not been forced into putting that young man into the team. We're watching the tournament with keen eyes and want to see him introduced to make a good impact. KJ Nakan, Oyafo Biku Yeku, Nasake Ibanya Trouble. Yelemuku, I feel Nakan, trouble and walk away. He should go in there and make an impact. KJ Nakan, some of us will have serious problem with the decision they've taken. I trust the technical ability of the young man. I know when he's given the chance, we'll pray for him to stamp his authority.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. They are in Egypt currently as we speak.
Coach, have you seen the final squad for the under-20 team in Egypt at the moment?
I've not seen it. So that's what I'm waiting.
Okay.
I've not seen it, but I saw some things on that. Such a player has been drafted, and I said, "Hey, BBC maybe it's a bit, but I want him to make the team.
No, we've not.
I want him to make the team, and I want him to make an impact. If he doesn't make the team, and then if he makes the team without an impact, then he's sitting on the place of somebody who's coming from a very, very deprived family. We know the way our footballers struggle in Ghana. So if he has the opportunity, by the grace of God, to be exposed, I trust in Desmond that they will include him in the team for him to make a grade. For now, I will leave it there. They will be watching the tournament. I pray for Ofer. Oh Lord Jesus, I pray that Ofer will take this team to the World Cup. He's a friend. He's a colleague. I trust him so well, and I want him to make an impact.